Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm sorry that I blew you away on that one, Michael. I just.
All right. It was great. I think it was like a great Kairos, but I lost you at the very end, and I was doing a bunch of things, so I can't pull the words you were using to memory. But you were talking about the potential for unlimited harm, leaning into competencies that you have. That's probably the right setup.
Yeah, and all I was saying is, am I leaning into the, I guess the Kairos for me, how am I leaning into the Lord and his power in this rather than my own competencies? And so I need to model that.
So good.
In how I'm relating to others and how I'm relating to this group online right now. And I know that when I get tired, I lose that and just go on to my own power rather than the Lord's. Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, I was thinking too, so let me tie a couple of these pieces together because it does feel like there's a group Kairos. This might be on that RM to RM side, is that, so you've got, you know, both Lynn and Claren talking about pushing into competencies, and then, you know, Brian, even giving this warning from a personal angle, but I know that, you know, any one of us potentially could fit into that if we drive hard there. But as you grab hold of that competency, again, to the perceived, you know, letting go of character, it does require demonstration. And you have to lean into demonstration and experience, which might be the big challenge for leaders leading into it. So whatever the competencies might be, let's just choose identifying people of peace and sharing the gospel. Demonstrating failure might actually be really important. So one, that might be dying to self personally, but actually giving a very imitable example for wherever somebody is to just take the next step. So like, hey, in the next week's time frame, we're going to try to share our faith 10 times with people. And you come back the next time and you go, man, I only got to share it twice. And that kind of demonstration and vulnerability could be really helpful while you really grab onto it and then dig into the internal things of like, why is this more difficult than what I first thought it was going to be? And share very vulnerably that way. What you're actually doing is I think you're using character from your own example as you push really valiantly into competency there. And I think that might be an antidote to, Brian, some of what you're talking about. Any other thoughts, guys, before we wrap up?
I'd love to see an antidote to Brian. That would be amazing.
Your assignment is to draw the antidote to Brian and bring it to our next huddle. Please do so.
We actually need a vaccine. We need to rush that vaccine out really quickly.
Oh,
by the end of the year.
All right. Well, we are moving into, well, actually, let me ask this question. You guys did the, you guys gathered for the Phoenix online gathering? No, John's shaking his head. That's coming in September.
This is next week. Yeah.
Okay. Good. So I'm gone next week. Here's my question. Should we do a strategic huddle 2 weeks from today so that we can capture all of that stuff that you guys worked through on that online call? Or should we move into the module and give 3 weeks time frame before we jump into that?
we will be working on our SWOT next week, and then our debrief and strategic plan coming out of the weekend. So in 2 weeks, we would have lots of fresh stuff to share with you. It seems logical to carry through and unpack it with you to see how it feels to you, because we've been right fresh on it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Perfect. Let's do that. So I'll modify the schedule. I'll bump it slightly that way. So we'll go strategic huddle the next time we meet, and then we'll roll into the new module from there. All right. Thanks, friends. Great to be with you guys.
Bye.